Well, I'm Gillian McDonald, Stuart and Matthew's mum.
And I'm Craig, I'm Stuart Matthew's dad.
Stuart and Matthew are twins, identical twins, who look very much like the Proclaimers. Like Craig said, they're 17, soon to be 18. We discovered that they had Fragile X when they were 10, which I think at the time was really an answer to why they were the way they were.
We lead probably a pretty typical, whatever that is, life, despite the challenges, if you like, that we've got with Stuart and Matthew. We try not to do things just because of the way they are. Our experience as a family and our experience of Stuart and Matthew will be different to other kids impacted with Fragile X syndrome. Either more so or less so, and differently in terms of impacts. When you find out about Fragile X syndrome and you read all the things about it, then you kind of think, crikey, they're never going to be able to do anything. How are they going to ever ride a bike, swim, sort of walk in a straight line, quite frankly? You know, the very, very basics that everybody takes for granted. Schooling, leaving school, all of that, you suddenly think, ching's, the end of the world is nigh. But actually, to be fair, we've got a huge amount of pride, but also successes that we see in the boys. Things like concentration, anxiety, restlessness, eye contact, but different eye contact to autistic eye contact. Stuart Matthew's biggest challenge is learning, a learning disability, and the inability to read and write. Behaviourally, Stuart and Matthew aren't that challenging. If anything, actually, the challenge about Stuart and Matthew's behaviour, I would say, is they're over-friendly. And therefore, when they were younger, there was a kind of risk of they would speak to anybody, actually. So when you were having the kind of don't speak to stranger conversation, that was really hard for Stuart and Matthew, because that's kind of their nature, they'll speak to anybody.
But we did have a challenge last year when they were walking to and from school with another child who had some issues, but he was bullying the boys. But we didn't actually find out about this from the boys, and that in itself, then trying to get them to, well, don't walk with him, walk another way, walk another route, that was really, really difficult to try and get them to do, because they just want to be everybody's friend.
Cash, counting, things like that, they can't do. They know they've got money, they go and buy something, they know they'll get change, they get change, but they've no idea the value of anything or how much it costs or what the change is, but they know the process. That when something goes wrong, their ability to manage that situation is, Fragile X, not good, because they can't manage such a sudden change.
School holidays is another challenging time where, when are we going back to school, you know, or when
do we finish school, and then when do we finish holiday? You've got 2 weeks off, or you've got 6 weeks off. They have no concept of time, so therefore really they don't know that.
They know what they've got. They know they've got Fragile X syndrome. They sometimes try to use that as an excuse not to do something. But they don't get away with that.
They're not that daft.
You know,
you've got Fragile X, Dad, they can't do dishes.
You know, we're very much sort of, no, you do have Fragile X syndrome. However,
your arms aren't broken. I think they've got awareness of what they have. I don't think they've got an awareness really of what it is.
How it affects.
What it means.
No.
Yes.
Right.
No.
Right. They just know the label.
But from our point of view, that sort of doesn't really matter. The fact they have an awareness of it means that we can quite openly talk about it round about them, and it's not a secret or a hidden or an embarrassment or. Now that they're at the age they're at, to go to college, to leave home, to get a girlfriend, to get married, to drive a car, to do all that sort of stuff, which is lovely. And how do we help them kind of fulfil some of their potential and ambition, balance with the reality that they don't really understand the risks that go with something like that.
Yeah.
Fragile syndrome is lifelong. So Stuart and Matthew are going to be faced with the challenges that we don't really know yet what they are, future challenges, kind of for the rest of their life, in some way, shape or form. And therefore we need to make sure there's sort of a future, without being too morbid. You know, when we're not around, quite frankly, it's a bit early to be worrying about that, but there's going to come a time we need to deal with that.
Yeah.
And maybe our expectations probably have changed from, back to my point earlier about children never be able to do anything, they can't read and write, how are they going to survive in the big wide world, to actually, as you've seen them grow up, and school supported them, and they've been very inclusive in school, I have to say, that you now see kind of two young men that we are really proud of.